It's been a minute. I haven't been here for a while. I feel bad, right? Because hey, I've missed you. But I've been about a lot of things. It's been busy. Well, good busy though, because I wrote a book. I wrote a book. Let's open this. So this is like me relaxing now. Unravel this masterpiece by Queen Chima. Your voice is your brand by Queen Chima. A voice journal, a guided journal for communication, confidence, and connection. This looks beautiful. Yeah, it's really beautiful. I think the first thing that captivates people is the cover, the color, the font, the fact that it's a hard cover. It's a hardcover. The next print inside will be brown or even not white, would have it brown. So what is this book? It's a guided communication journal to help you understand your voice. And when I say understand your voice, you're wondering, okay, what do I need to understand about my voice? Everything.
So putting together this event is a whole lot. What does it mean to you, this particular journal? What does it mean to you personally?
Yeah. I mean, if you go through the pages of the journal, right, you'd see that it's born out of an experience. And if something hasn't worked for you yet, you can't tell other people that it's going to work for them. And so learning that communication is more internal than is external. And if you have the internal part of your communication fixed, your communication patterns just changes is amazing. So this is really personal to me because it has worked for me first. And that's why I'm putting it out there for a number of other people to have access to it.
So as a communicator, does everyone need to have this particular book, or is it just for specific people? Let's say communicators who work as a radio presenter, voiceover artist, or voice actor. Is it just for a particular people or for everybody who wants to learn how to communicate better?
Communication is an everybody thing. I've started saying recently that communication is no longer a soft skill. It's a survival skill. So it means if you have to survive, it's something you use every day. Just like you eat food, you take water, you wear your clothes. Communication is an everyday thing. So that means that it's for everybody. It's for everybody. But I mean, if you're a communicator and you want to transform your communication, you want to show up better, you shouldn't miss this book, right? You're in the business space, workspace, you want to make your relationship better, you want to just show up better as a communicator because we communicate every day.
Absolutely.
So it works perfectly for everybody.
Okay, what are the challenges you went through putting everything together, putting the writing in the plan of the event?
So this is a journal. It's like therapy. It's like you go through it, you write, you spend time with this. I didn't quite understand how people would take it, receive it. Because when you say I wrote a book, everybody is expecting to open pages and they're reading and reading. There's not much reading. There's more of writing, and journaling helps. There's more of writing, there's more of expressing yourself, there's more of spending time with it. So I was wondering, are people going to appreciate this and understand the purpose for it? But as we spoke during the launch, I'm sure that people get it. And when they open the book, they'll quite understand what it is.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Victoria. Thank you. I love you.
I love you, Mom.
Thank you. Thank you. Understanding your voice is crucial to showing up better in conversations. So in 2023, I started what we call the voice training and elocution classes. We started training people and helping them to find their voices to communicate effectively. But over the years, especially 2025, I found out that people's experiences shape the way that they communicate. Whether childhood experiences or the experiences you've had over the years growing up as an adult just affect the way you communicate. So you could be someone who's always defensive. Have you found out, why am I defensive? You could be someone who over-explains. Have you found out, why do I over-explain? You could be someone who, you're so passive in conversations. Have you asked yourself why? So we're going to be going through this journal, and I'm going to be giving you a clue into what my mind was. Now, this is therapy in a book. This is not a book like you have seen before. It's therapy in a book. It's a book that would help your voice stand out. I call this aspect comms therapy, where I'm healing your voice and helping you to show up better in conversations. Do you know you can heal your voice? Absolutely.
So as a creative, you've heard a lot of times, find your voice. So what does finding your voice mean to you on a personal note?
On a personal note, finding your voice is, for me, it simply means coming in terms as to who you are. because before you find yourself, your voice, you must first accept yourself. So if this is me, this is how I am, this is how I react to situations, this is how I talk. So before a person can find their voice, they must first come to a total acceptance of who they are. So finding your voice is the same as finding yourself. Once you find yourself, you can find your voice.
Okay, so it is your voice is your brand. What do you understand by that?
Okay, your voice.
Does it have to do with financial?
Well, it depends. So if you are, for example, if I'm like me, I'm a voiceover artist. When people hear me talk, they either ask if I'm on radio or if I do voice acting or voiceover. You see, it's already branded in such a way. So your voice is your brand. Could just simply be how you talk. What do people think of when they hear your voice? What do people feel when they hear your voice? What do people see when they hear your voice? This is your voice.
What can you say about this book? Your voice is your brand.
Okay, so Queen was talking about it, and it's simply amazing. Something that makes you reflect. Because when the reviewer was talking about it, I saw that it was something that would actually make you think deep, reflect. And it's such an amazing book. I can't actually really wait to delve into it, because just from listening to the reviewer, I was already reflecting deep down into me, just to, because of some of the things she was saying. So it's a book I feel everyone should get, especially if you're in the media space, especially if you do voiceovers. But then as human beings, because we cannot do what we do without communication. If you can get this book, it's going to help you in every sphere of your life.
How do you do that? You find out why your voice sounds the way it does, why you show up in conversations the way you do, and you basically just become a better person. So let's go through the journal, and I'm going to tell you some personal story. Let's start with my introduction. So welcome. A note from Queen Chinwe says, your voice is not just volume, it's a deep reflection of how experiences, patterns, and events have shaped the way you show up. I discovered that through experiences and an acceptance of your past and present story, you can connect with your voice and speak with boldness and originality. For a long time, I didn't fully understand that working in radio helped me find my voice, not just behind the microphone, but in how I spoke, listened, and showed up in conversations. I realized something powerful. When people learn how to use their voice well, their confidence grows, their relationships improve, and their lives begin to shift. When we started the voice training and elocution classes, we understood one thing: your voice is your brand. And harnessing it to stand out is something you can do through professional help. Over the years, the Queen Media has helped individuals and professionals find their voices to communicate effectively. This journal takes you through a journey of healing, helping you interpret every detail of your voice interaction without coercion, but one step after the other. This journal was created to give you a safe space to explore your voice without pressure, without perfection, and without comparison. Here you get to slow down, reflect, and reconnect with how you communicate with yourself and others. It would help you find your voice. It is a therapeutic writing and connection journey where you interact deeply with yourself and evoke your vocal strength. You will understand your voice as it becomes distinct, healed, and ready for real-time conversations and communication. Communication is not just a soft skill, it is a survival skill. In a world that's getting louder, faster, and more digital, your human voice is still one of your greatest assets. Use this journal honestly, use it gently, use it often. Queen Chinwe, my lead comms consultant at the Queen Media, presenter and storyteller. In brain scans, now this is the hidden power of journaling. You know that because of our devices, traditional writing has faded or is fading. People use their phones more than they would use a pen to a paper. This comms journal encourages you using your pen to a paper, and there's something that happens to you when you do that. In brain scans, something remarkable happens when people write about their feelings. The regions for emotions and the regions for reasoning begin to synchronize as if the brain is learning to talk to itself. That is the hidden power of journaling. It's not just reflection, it's neurological repair. When you write, the prefrontal cortex, the part that helps you plan, analyze, and think, begins to connect with the amygdala, the region that reacts to emotions. A 2021 study from Stanford found that expressive writing helps the brain recover from stress. A 2023 study in Frontiers in Psychology showed that handwriting activates more areas of the brain than typing. When the hand moves with your thoughts, the mind slows down to make sense of itself. Your handwriting will become a trace to heal your voice and communicate effectively. This is coordinated self-expression that will lead to voice construction. And then I had a forward written by one of the men that I respect so much in communication. But let's just move past that. And of course, get into the journal proper. So if you get this journal, you're going to see a part. It's in sections, it's in 4 sections. You have the finding your voice section 1, you have the section 2, communicating clearly, you have section 3, voice and everyday relationships, and then you have section 4, the voice in the digital and AI world. So you see questions like, what does your voice mean to you? Have you asked yourself? For me, I think my voice means healing. I think my voice means soothing. I think my voice means solution. Yeah. Because every time I get to interact with people, every time I get to talk to people, I kind of bring this soothing to them, this relief. I don't know how I do it, but it just happens all the time. And that makes a lot of sense to me because people say, thank you so much, Queen. After I spoke to you, I feel better and I'm so fulfilled. So your voice is much more than, oh, you sound this way, you sound that. It's internal. So what does your voice mean to you? Take a moment to think beyond speaking out loud. What does your voice represent in your life? So you see questions like, when do I feel most confident expressing myself? When do I hold back my voice and why? This you see in section 1. I don't take all the questions, so yeah, go get the book. Then in section 2, where you have communicating clearly, you see something like, how would you describe your communication style? How would you describe it? Are you direct? Are you calm, emotional, quiet, expressive, defensive, or reserved? Think about this carefully. Should I tell you what I am? I used to be defensive. Yeah, because I feared I hated conflict. I did not want to be misunderstood. I loved my opinion so much that the moment you say something, I'm just like, oh, no. And I used to be really emotional, but I started training myself to be more expressive, more calm, and more quiet. So tell me in that. So write about it. Write about it. What tone do I often use when I'm stressed or uncomfortable? That's for section 2. And reflections. So we have section 3. Let's go to section 3. Voice and everyday relationships. Have you ever imagined how much our voices impact our relationships? Every relationship is built on communication, friendships, family, work, love, and even the relationship you have with yourself. Interestingly, it begins with a relationship with yourself, then it expands into the one with others. How you speak, listen, respond shapes your connection more than you realize. Can you think about a situation where your response made things better or worse? Can you think about it? I have one in my head right now. I'll share some of the time. How comfortable am I expressing my needs in relationships? There was a time where I was never comfortable expressing my own needs. I was in a relationship where actually, I think my love language is receiving gifts. I was in a relationship where it was so hard for me to tell him that, see, do you know I like gifts? It was so hard for me to open my mouth to tell this guy. Why? Because I had not found my voice. Now you get the point. And then there's the last section. Where is the last section? Let's get it. Let's get the last section. I don't want to ruin this. No, I don't ruin things. Your voice in the digital and AI world. How has technology changed the way I communicate? So that's it. That's all I'm sharing. Go get this book. Go get this journal. It will transform your communication.
So I have you, Bonnie Classy. Very, very good afternoon. You look stunning.
Thank you very much.
So, as someone who has been in the media space for so long, what went through your mind when you heard your voice, your brand?
I would say it immediately resonated with me because my voice is actually my brand. Okay. So I everything in the journal was everything I actually expected to find. Discovering your voice. Even for as long as I'd been in the media, there was still a lot of things I still had to learn. There's a lot of things that were there that I had to still be able to reflect on. So yeah, it was just really good.
Okay, so what are you going to advise communicators who wants to really, really do well in every aspect of communication, not just in radio, in every aspect of communication? What do you have to tell them as regards to this same book?
when you say communicators, everybody's a communicator.
Absolutely.
Whether, like I said during the review, it's not just about people who are in the media space. It's about just communicating as human beings. All right. I feel like people should learn to listen and understand instead of listen and always try to be reactive. So if people can listen more, understand their thoughts, reflect upon it before you're able to actually communicate with the next person. So listen to understand and not listen to actually attack.
What do you have to say about Queen Chima? She pulled this together and it's amazing.
It is. From the first day I met Queen, I knew in my heart that she was going to go far in the industry, and I'm not surprised. I'm actually just really excited. Like she said, the first day I met her, when she joined me on air, I told her, you have a really beautiful voice, and that's where it starts from in the media. I have a beautiful voice, but it goes beyond that, have something up there, be able to communicate with people, let them understand you, be able to impact people, and that's what she has been able to do over the years. So yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm just really impressed, and I'm really excited for her.
It's over a decade you're in the media space.
Yes.
What do you have to tell people who really aspire to be just like you? They have the voice, they have the passion, but they don't know how to go about it.
First of all, don't be like me, okay? You could be better. Be you. Be yourself in all your authenticity. Okay, if it's something that you thrive to do, you need to understand what it's all about. And every time I get the opportunity to talk to people, don't come into the media space looking for fame. Okay, come into it knowing that you want to be impactful. That should be the first drive. You want to be able to impact people in any way. If it's to make people laugh, if it's to educate people on politics, entertainment, really, whatever it is, learn how to be really impactful and come in all your authenticity. That's all. That's basically.
Thank you very much. I'm grateful. Thank you, Ma. Can I help you?
Yes, you can.
Thank you so much. I'm grateful.
Yeah, nice
Thank
to meet
you. Thank you.
No
So it's like you're talking to yourself, you're having a conversation with yourself, you're learning about yourself. But I'm guiding you with communication prompts to do that. Never seen anything like this before. Never. This is a masterpiece. And it's not just a masterpiece because it's a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece because it actually is a masterpiece. In part 2, I'm going to share some of the challenges that I faced while communicating and how they affected my relationships, affected a lot of things about me, and what led me into writing this journal. Thank you so much for watching. So now to get this journal, just send me a message, right? And also connect to me on my social media platforms. Right now we can send this journal to you anywhere you are in the world. We can send this to you anywhere you are in the world. It can be sent to you for now. So follow me on my social media platforms. I'm going to put the links in the description box. Is that what you call it? Yeah, in the description box. But if you type Queen Chima anywhere on the internet, you're going to see me pop. My socials are going to pop, and you can send me a message and get a copy of this, and this can be your baby too.
Okay, I have Mr. Daniel Washington joining me live here. Very good afternoon to you, Mr. Daniel.
Thank you.
Can you tell me about Queen Chima and all you know about her and putting this together?
Okay, thank you. I can't exhaust everything I know about Queen Chima.
Okay.
Queen Chima, whilst I stepped into this place this afternoon, something just came to my mind, and the best I can describe Queen Chima is an exceptional emergence. I must say that because she has an exceptional voice, she has an exceptional passion, and she has an exceptional drive. I've known her for about 2 years and counting, precisely Today FM, where I happened to showcase as one of her guests on her Sunday night show. Queen Chima is a beautiful voice. She's one figure that the media space and the entire space, particularly the media, we have to look forward to seeing what she'll do in the coming years.
Amazing. So what word do you have to give to everybody who need to get this book, especially communicators who are upcoming, who need to grow and advance themselves?
Yes, Queen Chima is a very, very prime and young inspiration, and if you are someone you want to build a track record of consistency, if you want to come in contact with someone who is living a future in its smallest version for the now, you can as well identify with Queen Chima. Queen Chima is someone you should identify with. You should connect as much as possible with her, because yours truly, no form of I'm not trying to eulogize her in a way that it's more like being hyper. You know, Queen Chima is a figure that you should identify now, because in the coming years, in the next 2 to 3, 4, 5 years, she's one reputable voice we would have in the media.
Thank you very much. We're grateful.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, have a fantastic time and bye.